ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 345. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon and I here, and I just want to say before we get started here today, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and make sure to subscribe and turn on the push notifications. That's the little bell thing to be notified when I upload brand new videos. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. So the first news story, this will actually be the only confirmed news story for today, but this one is a big one. So this has been rumored for a long time, and WWE have went ahead and officially announced this. So my first statement's going to confuse you, but I have to explain. It's not as it seems. So, the WWE Network is officially free for news. No, I'm kidding. It's not the new subscriber thing. It's legitimately free. You can make an account and you can go ahead and join the WWE Network. You don't have to put in a card, and this is not an advertisement anyway. If it was making an advertisement, I would put a lot more effort into it than this. In fact, don't do the WWE Network crap. Screw WWE. Let's go to AEW. No, but yeah, this isn't a sponsorship or anything. I don't want to sound like I'm promoting it or anything. But just WWE today have announced their subscription-based network, which is typically $10 a month or $9.99 or whatever, is now going to offer a free option. So obviously, it's not the WWE Network for free. They've announced the tiered option. They've polled fans in the past to see what they would like to see in the free option compared to the paid version. The paid version's obviously going to have the pay-per-views and all of that. They've went ahead and officially announced what they're doing, and they've also announced some new shows that are coming to the network. So with a free option, you're going to get some pay-per-views, some of the classic pay-per-views, not all of the whole network collection. You're going to get some of them you can watch on demand. You're going to get Raw and SmackDown every week is going to be on the network after it's done being live. And on top of that, they're now doing Raw Talk. I believe they may be doing SmackDown Talk or whatever. It's an after show. It's a talk show after the show's done, which kind of sucks because today, I can officially announce, today is the first day I'm actually starting my after show talk thing. And they kind of stole my idea by launching this today because I was going to launch that today and surprise you all. I'm actually reviewing Raw and SmackDown after they're off the air, after they're done being live. I will be on YouTube. I don't believe I'm doing it live. At least the first episode's not going to be. Just kind of a trial thing to see what you guys think. We kind of stealing my idea there, but anyway, the WWE Network for free. You don't get the pay-per-views. You don't get to watch the pay-per-views live. You get some things. You get all the original stuff. You get the weekly programming that's on television and stuff. So basically, it's a watered-down version of the WWE Network, but it's absolutely free, so we can't really complain about that. But like I said, this isn't a sponsorship or nothing. I wish it was, but WWE, they don't really work with YouTubers much, so yeah, this isn't that. So don't do that, whatever. So that was actually the only confirmed news story I had to talk to you guys about today. But now, don't go anywhere, because we're getting to the good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use a catchphrase, which is on a t-shirt, on a juice box, available on the Brandon Hodge merchandise store for those interested. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories. And now, we're going to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor. So apparently for the first time since this pandemic has started, before they let people in the Performance Center, they're actually... I don't know before they let them out. I don't want to give out that statement. But for the first time ever, the people who are working inside the Performance Center are actually getting tested there at the Performance Center for this thing that YouTube does not like me to say, or they hate my video if I say that. So, this whole pandemic thing, they're actually testing them for the first time. So, I mean, that's good news. They need to be tested. I mean, obviously, they've took people's temperatures before they went in, but by what the media says, you could not have a temperature and have it or whatever. But I'm getting sick of talking about this. I know a lot of people are getting sick about hearing about it. But basically, they're finally testing people who are in the Performance Center working. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is about Nia Jax. Oh, wonderful. So this has just been like a long, justified, but there's been like a long hate train for Nia Jax recently. She can't wrestle. She botches everything. She injures everyone she has a match with. She's a dangerous person. She should have never been in the business. She needs more training. And she has horrible depth perception. So there's just a long train. I mean, it keeps going. I didn't name every card of the train, but that's part of it at least. So Nia Jax, is rubbing a lot of fans the wrong one. You would think backstage she would have a lot of issues. There'd be a lot of, as we say in the wrestling business, heat, which means there's a lot of people unhappy with her. There's a lot of pressure. There's a heat surrounding her, pretty much. So apparently that's not the case. The case is everyone's fine with Nia Jax backstage. They don't have a problem with her. There's no heat on her whatsoever. everything's fine. So as reported a few days ago by yours truly, she injured Kairi Sane in a match. She threw Kairi into steel steps, and Kairi's head basically got busted open as they were filming this match. Well, this match that's going to be happening, that's already been taped or whatever, that match is supposed to be airing tonight. They're probably going to edit out the part where she got injured, or they might just edit out the match entirely, but it was filmed to air tonight. So they may just skip over the match, and we may not see it on Raw, or we might see it on Raw, and they might just cut out the bit. But if this is taped and they're editing it, which it is, they are not going to leave it in. But apparently that was supposed to air tonight, so we'll just have to wait and see what they do. They might just skip over the match entirely. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is kind of like a follow-up on a rumor, I believe it was from the last episode, if not the one before that. So WWE, they have made a lot of budget cuts, which I don't think this necessarily has anything to do with a budget cut, but they're releasing a lot of people. Someone who got released was the head writer of SmackDown. So SmackDown starts changing drastically. It's because, which it already has, because last week's was a lot different than it has been, and it's because the head writer's gone. I don't know who wrote the whole Jeff Hardy thing. I would imagine Vince himself. But basically, the reason the head writer was fired was not due to budget cuts or anything. Apparently he said something very inappropriate in a meeting. Who knows what the inappropriate remark was, but Vince didn't like it, and he just fired him on spot. Not too many companies are like that, where you make a slip up and say something stupid and you just get fired. But that's basically what happened, apparently. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is about Adam Cole. Baby, I had to. Okay, so Adam Cole's contract with the WWE is actually coming up. Believe it or not. So his contract's coming up. There's a lot of wrestlers' contracts actually coming up. And you have to make the decision. Like, there's no rule saying you have to stay, you don't have to stay. You're free if that contract expires. So basically, Adam Cole has a choice right now to re-sign with WWE, do the negotiations with WWE, see what they're going to offer him. And it's kind of hard for WWE to offer more money right now. But Adam Cole's a higher-up talent, so it's possible they may offer him more money. But Adam Cole, there's obviously the rumors going around right now. He's got some friends in a little company called AEW, and of course, every time a contract or anyone's having issues with WWE or whatever, everyone likes to point their finger right at AEW and do the magic phrase, "Hey, they're going to AEW!" That's just a magic phrase that the wrestling community came up with ever since AEW basically launched. But Adam Cole, I don't know, WWE they've treated him very well. He's been at the top NXT, and he's close, I believe, to... they really got to find a replacement for Adam Cole, because Adam Cole leaves WWE, goes to the main roster, you have a giant hole to fill. I believe that's the only reason Adam Cole's not on the main roster now. But we don't know how Adam Cole's feeling, behind the scenes. He may not be happy with just being in NXT. He may just be like, I'm signing to WWE, I want to be on WWE, come on. And he may want to go to AEW. I don't know. It's a total wait-and-see situation. We'll just have to wait and see how Adam Cole's feeling about everything and if he actually re-signs. But his contract's coming up right now, so he has a big choice to make. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about inside of this WWE News and Rumors video. So, it's about Seth Rollins and his wonderful faction he's starting. I don't know I don't know how many members he's having. I don't even know what to call this anymore. It's Shield 5.011. I don't know. We've had so many different kind of things, but so apparently backstage, Seth Rollins has been pitching some names he wants to be in his faction. Maybe some names who don't really get a lot of television time that he would like to be, like to work with and like to have in the faction. Actually, give them the television time since he has the spot to do so. So, who knows backstage what he's doing and who he's pitching. There's just a rumor right now, which is very, very crazy. But if they're able to pull this off, it's going to blow everyone's minds. So, apparently, this is a giant rumor. Apparently, backstage, I don't know who he went to, if he went to Vince McMahon or whoever, or just, I don't know. He has to pitch it to higher up. So, it's a higher up someone, if it's Triple H or someone. And he basically says he wants to work with Dominic Mysterio. That's Rey Mysterio's son. He's feuding with Rey Mysterio. We have Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins. But then Dominic. Apparently he's training right now, and people are very impressed with him, as I reported in yesterday's episode. That WWE higher-ups are very impressed with the way Dominic's doing. They're considering him, bringing him in on top here pretty soon. It's not going to be next week, maybe within a few years. But if Rollins mentioned him by name, I mean, he's already been on television kind of working the storyline. If he's kind of in the middle of this, then that's something. Now, I don't know if he would, by bring in Dominic, if he means turn on his dad and join Seth Rollins, or just kind of have Dominic join Ray and do a thing. I don't know. If Dominic turns on Ray, that's just going to blow everyone's mind. It's going to set up a wonderful match, but I don't think they're ready for that wonderful match. I think maybe in a few years we could have Ray and Dominic, or maybe this is an idea Rollins is pitching for, a few years down the road. I don't know. But it's very interesting to just think about nonetheless. So there you guys have it. That's going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. Brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on push notifications. That's the best way to support the channel, as well as commenting and all that good stuff. And I will be down in the comments replying to you guys today. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. But I'm Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.